Yo, welcome back to my channel. Listen, as always, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're back. Listen, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and please be sure to hit that bell notification so that way you can be notified anytime I upload. As you can tell, this is a different setup. I'm in my recording space, my musical recording space. I've been doing all kind of stuff. I've been recording TikToks for the beginning of the year. I've been trying to upload a new music cover. I've been doing some recording. It's crazy, all while working from home. But I wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys. But I had tried to upload this video on my phone. Uploaded it yesterday. If you saw it, the quality was horrible. Like, the quality was horrible. So I figured, I was like, let me just go ahead and set my camera up. And here we are. Here we are. So let's get into it. Also, before we get into this video, listen, I've been saying it for probably the last 2 videos now. You need to be following me on Instagram, and you need to be following me on TikTok. Like, what is going on? Like, we're going into a new year and you not following me. Listen, on TikTok and Instagram, I do a whole lot of lifestyle content. I do a whole lot of lifestyle content. I do music covers. I do a little bit of travel, a little bit of fashion, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of jokes. I do all of that stuff. So if that's what you want, or if you just want to come over there and just hang out with me and just inbox me and say, hey, Mark, can you talk about this? Or what's your thoughts on this? Or hey, Mark, what's the weather where you at? I don't care about that either. Let's get into it. So I wanted to do this video talking about just getting off of the internet. Like, going into this new year, 2023, I really want you to get off the internet. Like, I really want you to get off the internet. And I want you to go date in the real world. Like, I really do. One of the things that that sparked me to do this video was there was a young man on TikTok. And there was a young man on TikTok. He had recently, I think he went viral. I think it went viral. But he had recently did like a very popular upload where he was, just talking about how he had went on a date with this girl. He had bought her flowers. And he was just saying how, I don't know what happened specifically, but long story short, it wound up not working out. And so he was just talking, he was just mapping out what he did and, the date and everything. And he was just saying how she was just not very receptive. The date didn't work out. So there was a content creator that was on TikTok, and he stitched the guy's video. Now, if you're not on TikTok, stitch just means he replied with a video specifically to that video. So he responded to the guy's video, and the very first thing he said was, "You did nothing wrong." And I was like, wow. And for me, I was just kind of happy that he said that. Like, I was kind of happy that he affirmed that guy and was just like, yo, you put in your effort. You did nothing wrong. You came as a gentleman, yada, yada, yada. Good for that. So in seeing that video, it had kind of made me think about the day after Christmas. The day after Christmas, I had went to go do some Christmas shopping, and if you watch the old video, you hear me say, on there, I was just talking about how I was just, I was kind of feeling myself. I had a fresh cut, a little money in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? So I had went out to do some Christmas shopping to get these deals. And I had went into a store in the mall and, make a long story short, I was shopping and I'm just trying on clothes. And wasn't nobody in the midsection but me, and it was 2 workers at the mall. So I'm just trying on clothes, and I look over. And one of the workers, like, she was fine. Like, just face on point, body on point, just was gorgeous. Like, she was just very, very, very attractive to me. And so I was just like, man, so I look over and I was like, I gotta say something. I was like, I gotta say something. So make a long story short, she was, kind of talking, and, I was overhearing her talking. So I was just like, I'm gonna interject. I'm interjecting our conversation. That's how I'm gonna start it. So I walk over to her and I was just like, hey, we start talking about, I don't want to say what the topic was because it'll distract the point I'm trying to make. But we just start talking, and at that moment I was just like, okay, ask for a number now. But I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. So after the conversation, make a long story short, I asked for a number, and she was like, okay, yeah. So she gave me her number. And even in that moment, walking away, the first thought I had was, Wow, that was kind of simple. I saw a cute girl. I'm in here shopping, look at my best, feeling my best. I see a cute girl, ask for a number, get a number. Okay, cool. And I leave them all. And so one of the things that hit my mind was, if I was to get online and if I was to give that interaction play by play, of course there's going to be somebody that's like, man, I wouldn't have did it like that. I wouldn't have approached her like that. I would have said this. I would have said that. I would have done. And so what happens is, the point I'm trying to make is that I feel like there's any time that somebody, talks about their dating experience, there's always going to be somebody online who wants to make their experience everybody else's experience. And in that, what begins to happen is that you have guys who just eat it up word for word. And so now you have everybody just obsessing over game and strategy, and you got to do it like this. You got to, and it's just like, can we just keep it simple? Can we just keep dating simple? And I know dating has changed, but at some point you got to get out there. Like at some point you just got to get out there. You just got to try it. There is no special like text her during this time. Okay, now when she texts you this, you got to text her that. And when he say this, you got to say that. And so it also brought me back to on TikTok last week as well. There was a guy who had screenshotted how he, had reached out to this girl. He was texting this girl. He had reached out to her. And I guess the girl had like shunned him or whatever. And all he said was, "Hey, how are you?" He said something like that. And the girl, I can't get the story down packed, but anyway, she just kind of shunned him. And it was I think somebody had made a TikTok responding to that had kind of went viral, where everybody was just saying like, "Man, you should have said this. You should have said that, man. See, you played your hand wrong. What you should have said." And there was a lady who stitched his video, and she was like, all he said was, "Hello, how are you?" Like, he's like, can we just keep it simple? And I was just like, yes, like, because that is true. Because I think a lot of us, we do overthink. Like, we overthink because a lot of us, we're online all day. We're listening to these coaches. We listen to these dating coaches. We do listen to these content creators tell us about, how to do game and how to get strategy. And all of that is important. I'm not telling you to be out here dating and not be aware of, what is and what could be. But what I'm saying is that at some point after you study, you got to take the test. And that was one of the reasons originally when I started my channel, I swore up and down was not going to be a relationship channel. I swore up and down was not going to tell y'all any of my business when it comes to relationships. And I kind of really don't, but overall, y'all know it is what it is at this point. Because I think, and one of the reasons is because we all have different experiences, and what might work for you in that moment when you meet a girl or you meet a guy or whatever, it may not work for me, when I'm dealing with the opposite sex. It just may not work for me, So the fact that how I moved is how I moved. And so, so it may not work for me. And it brought me back to earlier this year. I think it was like during the summer or something like that. Probably even before then. But there was a content creator. I'm not going to say his name, but there was a content creator. He did a community post just talking about rejection. And he was talking to guys like, that have a fear of rejection. And he was telling them like, y'all need to get out here and start asking girls out. And so, and the guy, and the content creator was just like, rejection is going to happen, but you got to keep putting yourself out there. So during that time, and I talked about this a little bit before in a different video, but during that time, there was this girl at the bank that I would have like banter with back and forth. Oh, she was actually the bank teller. And so going into the bank this day, like this was like the fourth or fifth time I was in there. So I figured like, hey, this is the time I'm about to take my chance. So I asked her out, and it come to find out, I think she either had a husband or a boyfriend, either one of those, but a husband or a boyfriend. Anyway, she was taken. And I remember she just being nice about it. And I was like, wait, cool. I wasn't hurt or anything. I was just like, it is what it is, And so I had commented that on that community post, and I was like, yeah, guys, to my fellow brothers, rejection will happen. Earlier this week, I asked a girl out at the bank, and she had a husband or she had a boyfriend, but it is what it is. I'm just glad I put myself out there. All I said. It was so many other guys on that post that had responded to my comment. It was just like, yeah, fellow king, that's what's up. At least you put yourself out there. It's all good. Stay up. Yada, yada, yada. And all of a sudden, here comes this one dude who was like, Well, see, man, you know, asking a girl out at a bank is tricky. I wouldn't have done that because she probably was just focused, and that was the wrong time. See, what I would have did was I would have waited, because you don't do that. And see, that's the wrong thing. That's why you didn't get the number, because I mean, this dude made up a whole scenario about why it was the wrong time at a bank to ask a girl out, about why, you know, she probably was not focused, and she was probably too focused, and why. I mean, just a whole scenario of why that interaction was not successful. And before I could even say anything, it was somebody in the comments, it was some dude in the comments, he responded to him and was like, bro, it's not that deep. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, it is not that deep. Like, you keep it simple. If you see a girl, hey, how are you? Hello. Don't overthink. Like, okay, again, okay, so and so said on his channel, when I see a girl, I gotta move like this. Okay, she just texted me that, and I get it. You want to be aware, but like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know, just keep it simple out here. But put yourself out there. And it's so funny because when I was thinking about the girl at the mall that I asked out, the day after Christmas, when I walked up to her, I had so many instances like that this year. If you have been rocking with me, then you know at the beginning of this year, 2022, at the beginning of 2022, I had made a promise to myself that my dating plan was to get out more, was to approach more. And I can honestly say I've done that. Like, I can honestly say 2022, I've done that times 10. And let me just say, sometimes it yielded me successful results. Sometimes it did not. Sometimes it yielded me results of linking with a girl, getting a girl's number, conversation, a date or two. And sometimes it wasn't successful at all. But what was consistent and what was successful in every instance of that was my confidence. Was my confidence to approach even the girl at the mall the day after Christmas. Like, my first thought was, nah, I shouldn't go talk to her because she work at a store. She fine. And I'm pretty sure dudes hit her up all the time. She in the men's section. But I had to think about it. Like, dudes probably do hit her up, step to her all the time. But they ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have that confidence. And I think that's what I'm saying. It was simple. I saw her, asked her out. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was because, in all seriousness, I haven't heard from old girl since. Haven't heard from our old girl since. Now, somebody will say, well, see, the problem why is because you shouldn't have. Man, listen, it's simple. She haven't texted me. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. Walked up to her, asked for a number. We was both polite to each other. That's it. Walked away. That's it. Nothing else I could have done. But keep it simple. I mean, if you're a man watching this video, a woman watching this is to my women too. Like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. If you feel like you want to text her good morning, you don't have to be like, okay, nah, so and so said don't text her. Okay, I'm gonna text her. Okay, nah, man, text that girl good morning. Like, you got dudes out here talking about don't validate her. Okay, then when you see her, you don't say she look nice. Twice, man, if you see that girl, you like, hey, you're beautiful. You look nice. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to rehearse this internet rhetoric. Get out here, man. Get out here. So they reject you. Okay, it's time for another one. She rejects you. It's time for another one. He flake on you. It's time for another one. Get out here. Get off the internet. Don't obsess over game and strategy so much. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel good and you look good. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not telling you not to be aware, but I'm telling you to get out here in these streets and date in the real world. Step up, do what I did. I did it all this year. My next video, I'm going to be talking about tackling confidence, and I'm going to be talking about how to boost your confidence and how to get rid of, how to conquer low self-esteem. And that's really the heart of my channel. I mean, sometimes I just be on here talking about dating because I like talking about, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I really want to talk about confidence and raising your self-esteem so that you can put yourself in a position to make the approach confidently. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. That's all I got for you guys. I'm so glad that you rock with me. I don't know if I'm going to upload this before the new year. I probably am, but right now it's the day before New Year's Eve. So if this is uploaded in 2023, Happy New Year to you, and I look forward to rocking with you guys even further. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.